You know where the right and the left are meeting right now in terms of the chaos that was the Republican convention and the chaos that is the Democratic convention is that the folks standing there who supported Bernie Sanders, who were crying, weeping, screaming, howling, literally, whenever Hillary Clinton's name gets mentioned, and the people at the Trump convention who were screaming for Trump and howling and booing, both sets of folks have turned politics into a messianic religion. And I have news for anybody out there who hasn't picked up on this. There are no messiahs. Bernie Sanders wasn't going to, quote, save America. And Donald Trump will, of course, destroy America, not even come close to saving it. Bernie Sanders is a good guy with good ideas, but he's not a messiah. If you want a religious experience, go have a religious experience. If you want to actually do any good in politics, then understand what politics is. Politics is not a religion. There are no messiahs. Bernie Sanders was not a messiah. Politics is not a spiritual experience where the born again, the saved are pure and wonderful and everybody else is horrible. Politics is real life, and real life is about paradox. Real life is not about certainty addiction. There are no politicians worth crying over. Politics is like the rest of life, like parenting, like childcare, like sustaining a long relationship. You know, if you demand perfection and you think your relationship is going to save you, you will never stay with anybody more than 10 minutes. And I have to wonder if our media age has not, in some ways, made it very difficult for people to think straight. You know, we keep looking into these little black boxes we carry around called cell phones and iPads and the rest of it. The generation raised on that crap doesn't understand that there's a tactile relationship with reality that has nothing to do with ideas or theories. It's the way things actually work. And I think one of the reasons a lot of young people get into NGOs and that kind of work instead of the hard plodding task of government is because the hard plodding task of government that someone like Hillary Clinton has pursued over a lifetime is difficult, and you never get all you want. My dad used to say, if you're the kind of person that always demands everything or nothing, you will always get nothing. But I really think right now what's happening to the Democrats is that we've got a bunch of people who love Bernie Sanders, who have become a kind of a cultic religion of themselves, and they don't actually have any interest in politics or in winning. They have an interest in doctrinal, theological purity, albeit under a secular rubric. Well, listen, I grew up with fundamentalists, and I understand the mentality, and that's why I walked away from the evangelical religious right, because I'm done with people who demand purity of life, whether it's in relationships, bashing gay people because they're not exactly like heterosexuals, or anything else. So, you know, the last thing the Democratic Party needs now is a bunch of fundamentalists in it who are demanding an absolute purity of doctrine. Doctrine sucks. Real life is the art of compromise. Ask anybody who's managed to maintain a marriage for 46 years like I have about purity. That's all. My name's Frank Schaeffer.